Michael Isakoff of NBC News released a report Monday night based on a 16-page memo he obtained outlining the government's justification for killing American citizens in overseas drone strikes. The memo reveals the Obama administration's drone program says that high-level administration officials can order the killing of, quote, senior operational leaders of al-Qaeda or an associated force, even without evidence that they're actively plotting against the United States. Isakoff appeared on the NBC News program to discuss the report.
Now, again, remember, we're talking about targeted killings of Americans. We're talking about making decisions based on secret intelligence. And we see in this memo that some of the definitions are a bit more elastic and open to interpretation than the administration has publicly let on.
And it's very reminiscent, I think, of what ended up being one of the major controversies of the Bush years, which were the Office of Legal Counsel memos that outlined this sort of internal Bush idea of how broad their powers were and how much they could do without judicial oversight or congressional oversight or really letting anyone know about it. And so now you're seeing that the Obama administration, and we've always sort of understood this and expected this, but we're really now seeing it laid bare. The Obama administration has their own version of these OLC memos, the Bybee torture memo. They have their own documents where they've outlined for themselves this prescriptive idea of how much power they have exactly.
I think it's interesting if you look at the public statements that the administration has made about its torture programs and its drone programs. Take a look at the Attorney General Eric Holder's speech from a couple of months ago. It was widely panned for being apologetic for policies that really aren't necessary, that a lot of civil libertarians think are not justified. But even in that speech, Eric Holder said, we are only going after people who pose an imminent threat to the United States. He didn't say we're going against people who play for the wrong team. There had to be an imminent threat, and that's not actually the legal rationale that the administration uses. So it's not just that these are secret memos; it's that they are secret memos that conflict, or at least contrast sharply, with the public statements the administration has made.
This document was given to the Senate Intelligence and Judiciary Committees back in the summer. Almost definitely, this document was leaked by somebody on that committee. But you also saw for the last 6, maybe 7, 8 months, this desperate effort on behalf of members of that committee to get the administration not to release publicly their actual memo, because there's another memo that this is just a description of. They wanted them to just release that memo to the committee so that they could actually do their oversight job. And I think it was probably their sort of frustration that thing, that sort of secret process that can happen in this government wasn't happening, that led somebody to leak this memo.